I give it all that I got will never stop. I give it all, straight to the top, will never stop. I give it all that I have, I let it be, cause nobody's better than me. What do you see? Give it all. Yeah, all that I got, I give it everything. They lost the plot, they think I'm menacing. They wanna talk, but I ain't settling. Circle is tight, feeling like where the rains. Whole lot of globe trotting, man, they don't know nada. Bro, gotta show something to me and go harder. So proper, nah, not that, we sure gotta. Me, 100 degrees tougher than Booker T. Couldn't agree more, but could it be? I think higher than them all. Truthfully, my pen fire and then some. Apply the addendum. Take this whole thing for ransom. Give it all I got for attention. Nah, the mention of life well lived, for instance. Give it all.
Welcome, fans, to Live and Free on OH Report. I'm Zack Truax, alongside Rich Steury on stats. Adam Thompson is the man that makes everything go, and tonight, Oliver Kramer is on the camera. Week 9 of the high school football regular season is here, and OH Report has sent me to one of my favorite small school football stadiums, Mount Gilead, Ohio, to watch the Mount Gilead Indians host the Loudonville Redbirds. Both teams are looking for their first conference win of the season tonight. Somebody's O is about to go. We'll hear a message from our generous sponsors, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what both teams need to do in order to get their first conference win of the season, and who will need to turn in a big game so their team can be successful. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Home and Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Picking up new hobbies such as cooking is another manly way to avoid depression and reduce stress. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make my world-famous guaco mahogany. First, mash up 5 or 6 of these green things. Then add hot sauce, this lettuce stuff, these red things, salt, some of this stuff, and limes, and finally, bacon to taste. Delicious.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Family Services pregame show. It's going to be a real quick pregame show. We're 45 seconds before kickoff. Let's just real quick. Loudonville has won the toss, and they have elected to receive our player spotlight. Loudonville's our team spotlight. Loudonville is building for the future. On offense, 3 of their 5 main skill position players are freshmen and 2 are juniors. The lone senior skill position player is Dylan Wade, and Wade transitioned from lineman to quarterback this year, and it's been very admirable. Our player spotlight for Loudonville is Josiah Hirschberger. He has been a bright spot for the Birds this season. He's a threat to get open on go routes and can take the top off defenses. On the other side of the ball, he leads the team in tackles and fumble recoveries, a stat which tells you he is always around the football. Pound for pound, Hirschberger is one of the toughest kids I've seen all year. He's not afraid to come up and tackle bigger backs, and he can break the ball. He can break tackles with the ball in his hands. Hey, we're set. The ball's on the tee. We're set to kick off. Friday night. Here we go. Loudonville and Mount Gilead. Loudonville in the all whites. Mount Gilead in the all purples. Short kick, fielded by the Loudonville up man, and he takes a knee real quick. And Loudonville will start off on offense. with decent field position. And we'll go ahead and do the team spotlight for Mount Gilead. The O-line for Mount Gilead averages 6'1", 260 pounds, and they're all juniors and seniors. Mount Gilead wants to pull you into a phone booth and slug it out. They have a great opportunity to make that strategy work tonight on the younger, smaller Redbird team. It's all about the power run game tonight. Also, Mount Gilead plays elite defense, giving up very few points even to the high-powered teams of the KMAC like Northmore. Here we go, Loudonville on offense. Wade in the shotgun, 5 wide. Wade scrambles to his right and throws short. He was looking for number 1, Nick Buzzard, a freshman. For Mount Gilead's defense tonight, it is let's slip the dogs of war. Whenever you can quote Shakespeare, it's a good night. Let's slip the dogs of war and cry havoc. That is the game plan for Mount Gilead. They need to get in that backfield, and right now they're bringing more than Loudonville can block. Nice completion, though. That looks like Hirschberger. Over the middle, we talked about Hirschberger taking top off defense, and down the sideline he goes. Hey, what's the best remedy for a blitzing team? That quick pass. Wade does a great job getting the ball out of his hands to Hirschberger, and Hirschberger's ahead for about 25 yards on that completion. 1st and 10, Loudonville, from about the 36-yard line. If I'm Mount Gilead, I don't abandon that blitz yet. They walk 2 linebackers up, again, bringing more than Loudonville can block, and again, Wade able to dump the ball off quickly. Looks like Hirschberger again, ahead for a short game, but Wade took a shot on that one. We talked about Hirschberger at the top being a player spotlight. He, like I said, has been a bright spot for the Birds this year. 560 receiving yards, 150 rush yards. He's listed at 5'8", 158 pounds, and that is being generous. Wade with the 5 wide, 2nd and manageable, 2nd and 6 here. Takes the snap. Short pass, almost picked off. We got a penalty flag this side. Wade's pass again, intended for Hirschberger. Pops out of Hirschberger's hands and almost picked off by number 32, Koorsen Barnum. The penalties against the Birds. Moves them back and makes it 2nd and 10, 2nd and 11.
Cardinals brings up 2nd down, 11.
I think did he say the Cardinals? Someone get that corrected. We're the Redbirds. Someone get that corrected right now. Here we go. 5 wide for Wade again. Now number 21, freshman Colin Cayley sets up in the sidecar. This is more of a traditional set, actually. Got an H-back in with 2 receivers to the left. Double tights, fake the handoff, rolls to his left, got nobody. Now 22 comes open. 22 for Loudonville. Dakota Wright, 6'3", 141-pound junior. Kind of popped open there, but Wade couldn't quite complete the pass. Rolling to his left, it's a tough pass. Got to swivel his hips. Tough pass to make. I mentioned Wade transitioned from lineman to quarterback this year. Probably the toughest transition anyone could make, and he has done that very admirably. Tonight, Loudonville's O-line and D-line has their work cut out for them. Mount Gilead is big and athletic along both fronts. Timeout.
Timeout. Loudonville.
Loudonville takes their first timeout of the half. And it is youth night here at Mount Gilead. And on youth night, the 2024 Unstoppable Football Camp, the 2024 Unstoppables Football Camp was held over the summer at Mount Gilead High School. This is a free camp for any child or young adult with a disability. This event was made possible by Unstoppable Youth Sports. The Unstoppable Youth Sports League provides opportunities for children with special needs to participate in sports with their typical peers. The league makes each sport accessible to the child's individual ability.
The league makes each sport accessible to the child's individual.
Facilitate inclusion, acceptance, and a barrier-free participation with typical peers. Now, Loudonville got the ball. Back to the action. Loudonville failed to convert on that third down. But I did want to mention that great program here at Mount Gilead, the Unstoppables Youth Football Camp. 4th and long for the Birds. Hirschberger back. Hirschberger will do the punting duties. And Loudonville had a nice start to a drive, got across the 50 and just stalled out. Loudonville has about 500 yards rushing on the season, and that's exactly half as much. Beautiful punt by Hirschberger down at the 1 yard line. I was going to say Loudonville is about 500 yards as a team rushing this year, and the Mount Gilead offense takes the field. And they have a guy who probably will eclipse 1,000 yards this year on his own. That's our home team player spotlight, Cam Vickers. Coming into this game, he's got 877 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. His cohort in the backfield is number 32, Koorsen Barnum. He's got 459 and 2 touchdowns. This is a run-heavy offense. They want to bring you in the phone booth and slug it out. Like I said, Mount Gilead's offensive line is big, physical, and fast. They're going to pull you in the phone booth. Loudonville really needs to commit a bunch of guys at the line of scrimmage and tackle the ball carrier at the line of scrimmage. That's exactly what Loudonville wants to do. Really give up less than 2 yards a carry. Let me just highlight the Mount Gilead offensive line real quick. Left tackle, number 79, Gage Shipman, 5'11", 240, junior. Left guard, Keegan Petrie, 6'4", 290. Center, Miguel Martinez, 6 foot, 250. I'll get to the other lineman here in a second. Mount Gilead out in the power run formation, up the middle. And they're ahead for about 2 more. Loudonville doing a good job tackling the runner. Makes it 3rd and manageable for Mount Gilead here. But this is what Loudonville wants to do. They need to keep these games short. At right guard, Cody Meemer, he's 6'2", 265, and right tackle is Riley Codwell, 6'4", 250. These guys can move, they can block, and they can create some lanes. So Loudonville really needs to commit a lot of guys to the line of scrimmage here on 3rd and long, and that is number 32, Koorsen Barnum ahead. And he gets a very favorable spot for a first down. 1st and 10, Mount Gilead. Yeah, Loudonville has to tackle guys at the line of scrimmage. They cannot. Mount Gilead's more than happy if you give them 4 yards. They will take 4 yards every time, and they will drive this thing. They'll take the whole first quarter if need be driving down. Last week they had a drive over 13 minutes against Northmore. And that is Barnum ahead again for 5 yards. Now the Mount Gilead freight train is starting to gain momentum. Loudonville really needs to make tackles at the line of scrimmage. And Loudonville cannot rely on tackling 4 yards downfield. They cannot rely on dragging these running backs from Mount Gilead down, because if you go to drag these guys to the ground, they're going to pull you along for 4 or 5 more yards. You really have to tackle with your feet if you're Loudonville. 2 back set. Pull the tight ends to the left. Fricky does a good job carrying out the fake. Run it off the right side. That's Cam Vickers. Makes it 3rd and very manageable. And this is right where Mount Gilead wants to be. Great atmosphere at Mount Gilead. Full house backfield. And ahead for a first down goes Vickers off the right side for a first down. 1st and 10. And that's just not any 1st and 10. That's a Janney Investors 1st and 10. Thank you, Janney Investors, for your gracious sponsorship of all OH Report Sports. And Rich Steury, our stat guy, is your Janney Investor Man with the plan. 2-back set. 2 tights now. Go in motion to the left. Hand off to Vickers again up the middle. This time tackled for about a 2-yard gain. Loudonville now committing more men to the line of scrimmage. Playing 0 free safety. Going man up across the side. Last game we covered at Mount Gilead was Mount Gilead and Centerburg. Mount Gilead, Fricky threw 6 passes, 2 of them went for interceptions. So if you're Loudonville, you've just got to overload the line of scrimmage and just dare them to throw it. This time Fricky keeps it off the right side, and he's wrestled down by number 0, Chase Wright. But not before he gets about 5 yards. Makes it about 3rd and 5. Full house backfield again for Mount Gilead. That time Loudonville D-line gets a better push, but the running back finds a spot to squirt through. That is number 4 for Mount Gilead, Koorsen, trainer. Every run's gone for a couple yards at least. This time to give up the middle to the big man, Cam Vickers, and we'll watch this replay. Vickers lowers his shoulder on this tackler, but if this guy doesn't make the tackle right there, number 14 for Loudonville, if he doesn't make the tackle, that goes for a lot more yards. Cam Vickers is our player spotlight tonight. There he is, 877 rush yards, 5 TDs, and 90 tackles. Like I said, odds are he'll eclipse 1,000 yards rushing tonight and eclipse a 100 tackle mark tonight again. Again, the handoff to Vickers, and he is stopped this time for a loss, something Loudonville desperately needed. Number 19 for Loudonville on the tackle.
Number 11, Elliott Jones running the ball there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Number 11, Elliott Jones running the ball. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate the correction. Brings up 3rd down for Mount Gilead, but they've lived on for 3rd down and short. They've made their living here. Full house backfield. Loudonville creeping more guys up to the line of scrimmage. And out pops Barnum for a big run. 1st and 10, Mount Gilead, and Mount Gilead is having their way in the first quarter. Just Loudonville, great blocking, great shot of the blocking by number 79, Gage Shipment, and 74, Corey Meemore, climbing those linebackers, get those linebackers sealed off. In Loudonville, you can, oh, what a run. Cam Vickers running over Loudonville tacklers. And you can see the strategy for Loudonville defensive line. They're just kind of submarining through, trying to just get bodies in the way. They're not trying to take on these bigger, more physical Mount Gilead offensive linemen head-to-head. They're just kind of submarining through, putting bodies on the ground. But Mount Gilead's running backs just simply running right past them. Single back set. Fricky under center. They give to Barnum up the middle again, and he is ahead for 9 yards on 1st down.
Carson Barnum up the middle.
And we have a Loudonville player down.
Injured player on the field.
And Loudonville's depth chart is paper thin. They cannot afford to lose anybody right now. Let's go back and look at the, I want to talk real quick about that the 2024 Unstoppables football camp here at Mount Gilead, because we kind of really had to rush through it that last time. The Mount Gilead cheerleaders and football team made the event very memorable for all who attended. And Mount Gilead would like to give a huge shout out to Field Source Sports Field Consulting, the Morrow County Health Department, and the End Zone for sponsoring the event. Aiden Skilly is the Be Like Joe experience winner, and Aiden led the team out onto the football field tonight. Now, I know there's a lot of pessimism today about the youth in our country. But one thing I can say, I'm going to get on my soapbox a little bit here. One thing I can say about the youth compared to when I was in high school, they are much more inclusive. They are much more accepting of people with special developmental needs, special learning needs, special physical needs. I've seen that where I live now in Ashland. I've seen it at a lot of high schools I go to. More and more you see kids who in the past might not have been readily accepted by the kids who don't need the extra help. And now kids are just more accepting and more inviting to those kids and bringing them in and making them feel a part of the high school community, which is what every parent wants for their kid, right? Just to have their child feel like they're a part of that community. So hats off to the Mount Gilead community for making that event memorable. It sounds like it's an event that'll go on for a long time. So just want to get that said during that injury timeout. And we're back to the action. Mount Gilead on offense, and they've been driving. They're on a 98-yard drive right now. It's been all runs. Loudonville powerless to stop it so far. Handoff off the jet sweep. That is get a number on that runner. That is Koorsen, trainer number 4 on the jet sweep. He picks up 10 yards on first down.
Number 14, Kyler Reeder, number 20, Drew Robinson on the tackle.
Reeder and Robinson on the tackle. And every play that Mount Gilead is dialed up has gone for yards. 3 minutes, 26 seconds left in the first quarter. 2 backs, set back. Tight ends to the left. Hand off to Vickers up the middle. Lowers his shoulder. Drags tacklers ahead. And I said it in the pregame. You cannot expect to drag these Mount Gilead running backs down. There, boom, tackle, and see the number 60. Good effort by number 60, Trevor Dawson from Loudonville. But right there, when you hit, instead of dragging your feet and trying to drag the guy down, wrap and drive with your feet. Face mask on Loudonville. And that happens when you tackle high. Yep, you grabbed a lot of face mask, dragged him down by the face mask. But that's what happens when you don't tackle with good pad levels. So that's something Loudonville, I know, going in the future, they'll be building on. First and goal here, basically, for Mount Gilead, and it looks like Fricky on the keep, maybe. Yeah, Cole Fricky on the keep for a 1-yard touchdown run. That drive was 98 yards of all runs. And Mount Gilead is on for the PAT with 3 minutes, 7 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Really great, like I said before, really great atmosphere at Mount Gilead. They did a great job. Stands are pretty much full tonight on the home side. Band sounds great. Barnum on for the extra point. And it is, I've been partially blocked there. But it's no good. Let's see the replay here. Nah, he just didn't get into it. So 3 minutes, 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Ryan will get the ball. Stick with us.
Home and Kitchen Supply. We're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
Welcome back to Mount Gilead, Ohio, where we just saw the Indians put on a masterclass of a drive, all runs, 98-yard drive, ending in a touchdown. Short kick again, fielded by the Loudonville deep man. Up ahead to about the 32-yard line where Loudonville will take over. I mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. I thought Mount Gilead would bring heat, and they certainly did. What I mentioned was I love literature, quoted some Julius Caesar, Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, cry havoc and loose the dogs of war. And Mount Gilead's defense has done that. They got 4 down linemen, and then every play they're bringing 2 linebackers. So they're bringing 5 guys on every play. And Wade has got about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds to try and get rid of the football. Loudonville comes out. 2 wide receivers to the left. Loudonville's committing more guys to the line of scrimmage on offense now, trying to get that blocked up. And there's the extra man, and he's in the backfield right away. And that is Cam Vickers. Comes through unblocked, and he gets another tackle for loss for the season to build on his already impressive amount of tackles for losses this year. Cam Vickers comes in with 90 tackles, 5 sacks, and now looks like 19. He might already be up to 20 tackle for loss on the season. So sets Loudonville back about 5 yards, makes it 2nd and 15. Loudonville's had one nice play to Hirschberger, a little dump pass. They got rid of it real quick. Hirschberger went about 25 yards, but it's been nothing real effective ever since. They go back to a 5 wide here. A little swing pass, and that's overthrown, intended for number 21, freshman Colin Cayley. Cayley might have been looking downfield a little bit before he turned it up. Oh, yeah, you just got to – when those passes are over your head, you've got to watch it all the way into your hands. You can't – so that you're look as a receiver, you're looking at the quarterback. And as the pass approaches you, you need to focus on the tip of the football, the very end of the football, and watch that all the way in your hands. You see Cayley kind of kept his head down, looking at the quarterback, stuck his hands up, couldn't make the catch. Loudonville 5 wide again. Wade takes the snap, dumps it over the middle. That's trouble, and it is picked off. Number 4 for Mount Gilead. That would be Koorsen Trainer having a big night for Mount Gilead's defense. Number 4 with an interception there. And that gives Mount Gilead a short field. We just saw him go on a 98-yard drive. I don't think a 39-yard drive is going to be much of a problem if Loudonville doesn't get something figured out here real quick on the defensive line. For Loudonville right now, it's not an X's and O's issue. It's a physical development issue, and you just see the defensive line, Loudonville's defensive line compared to Mount Gilead's defensive line, and Mount Gilead's just so much more developed right now physically. And that's what Loudonville's trying to do. They're trying to get bodies on the ground, plug things up. Watch this replay, and you'll see the Loudonville defensive linemen just fire out and create a pile. And right there, boom, 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 create a pile, try and trip somebody up. I'm sure Mount Gilead's offensive coordinators have seen that, and we're going to start to see a few more off-tackle runs, a few more of those jet sweeps, because, you know, if you're laying on the ground, you're not going to be able to pursue down the line. Mount Gilead comes out, 2 backs, wide receiver to the right, tight to the left. Fricky rolls out for a pass, rolls to his left, puts it up in the air. Oh, and in and out of the hands of number 4, Koorsen Trainer. Oh, that was such a well-designed play. Faked the run, everyone bit. Trainer came open, just could not watch into his hands. And we've said Mount Gilead's been so solid this year, but the forward pass has really just been their Achilles heel. If they can run the ball on you, you're in trouble. But if they can't run, the pass has been tough for them this year. Now Vickers a lone back. 3rd and 6. There's your jet sweep off the right side. Number 2 for Mount Gilead. That would be Tyler Haar. There's that jet sweep I talked about, but Loudonville in a good spot right here. 4th and 4 or 5. I gotta imagine you give it to the big guy right here. You give it to Vickers off that right side. Run right over Riley Cardwell, 6'4", 250, and Cody Meemer, 6'2", 265. I'm running off that right side. Don't forget Miguel Martinez, 6', 250. That's your center going out to the right. And then you line up Bo Sayers on that tight end. Oh, and they get Loudonville to jump. And you're right over the ball. And that's just Loudonville being young and just jumps, and that's what you can't have. Mount Gilead just went on a long drive. And if you're Loudonville, you've got a 4th down here. You can get the ball back after a very costly interception. And you're right over the ball. You've got to watch that ball and fire out on the snap. Don't listen to the voice. But 1st down for Mount Gilead. 2 backs in the backfield. Split to the left, tight to the right. Handoff up the middle. And the running back, Vickers, picking his way.
Cam Vickers powers forward for a gain of 5.
Gets 5 yards on what looked like should be a 0 gain.
On the tackle, number 55, Jacob Baker.
Now Vickers rotates out. They'll give him about 25 to 40% of the offensive snaps off, and Mount Gilead just inclined to let the quarter run out. So we'll take a break right here. When we come back, Mount Gilead's got the ball on the drive to start the 2nd quarter. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to break.
Back to the action here. 2nd and long. Hand up the middle to Barnum. Barnum ahead for about 7 yards. 1st down. That is a Janney Investors 1st down. And these beautiful replays brought to you by Koorsen Fire and Security. Mention OH Report to receive 10% off your fire and security services. Koorsen Fire and Security. Thank you for our replays. 1st and 10 here for the Indians. Single back set. Handoff up the middle. And that is Vickers ahead for 9 yards on 1st down. And 11:26 and the clock running.
Vickers powers forward one more time for a gain of 7. Picks up a 2nd down and 1.
That looks like 9 where I'm from. 2nd down and 1.
Gain of 9.
There you go.
My math teacher, Whitney Brown.
3-back set. Now, nice tackle by Loudonville there. That's much better tackle at the line of scrimmage, but not before the running back picks up a 1st down. Try and get a number on that. Sorry, I couldn't get a number on that running back, but 1st and goal for the Indians. 10:55 left to go in the 1st quarter. No secret what they're going to do here. 18's in the backfield, and he's going to run up the ball probably right at the middle. There you go, 18 right at the middle. Cam Vickers powers in for a touchdown. And here comes the light show, Mount Gilead. They do it great here. 10:40 to go in the 2nd quarter. Mount Gilead averages 11 points per game. At the start of the 2nd quarter, Mount Gilead has 12 points. So they're going to, I'm not a math whiz, Rich, but I think Mount Gilead's about to increase their points per game after tonight. What do you think? They average 11 points per game. They're at 12.
For not being a math whiz, I think you're right on stat.
Thank you.
They're definitely doing that.
That's your Janney.
They're at 12 already.
That's your Janney financial math whiz right there, Rich Steury.
Timeout, Mount Gilead, their first charge timeout of the half.
Loudonville calls timeout on the PAT.
The Mount Gilead Indian football team and cheerleaders made this event a memorable day for all who
So 12-0 here. Loudonville takes a quick timeout. 12-0. 10:40 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Loudonville's going to get the ball here. After this PAT, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Loudonville will receive the ball, and they desperately need to get something going on offense.
Winners are here with us tonight. You will all have a chance to help us raise money for next year's Unstoppables football camp. Tonight's 50-50 is going toward
Mount Gilead comes out going for 2 points. 2 backs in the backfield. Fricky under center. Hand to Vickers. Vickers pushes ahead and powers in for the 2-point conversion. Vickers just not being stopped by one guy. Runs the ball with such great leg drive. Right there, drives through the tackles. Again, Loudonville trying to drag people down. It's just not going to work. And we'll stick with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Home and kitchen supply. We're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Welcome back to Mount Gilead, Ohio. The Indians have the ball at the tee. Vickers ready to kick off to Loudonville. Loudonville really needs to get something going here on offense. Down 14-0 early in the second quarter. Vickers kicks off. It's a short kick. Loudonville smart to let it run out of bounds, let it go out of bounds, and it does. So what you want to do right there if you're a receiver is, if you're not sure if it's out of bounds, plant 1 foot out of bounds, then field the ball, and it's a penalty. So even if the ball stays in bounds, if you establish 1 foot out of bounds and then field it, it's still a penalty on Mount Gilead. Just look at the ball on the 35-yard line. 5-yard penalty and re-kick. Loudonville took a re-kick instead of taking the ball at 35. Okay. All right.
First penalty on Mount Gilead.
That's the first penalty on Mount Gilead tonight, is my stat man Rich Steury so astutely points out. And Vickers will kick off again. Mount Gilead has not kicked it deep all night. So it's going to be short again probably. If I'm Loudonville, I'm probably walking my deep guys up another 5 yards. I'd like my deep guys around the 30 right here if I'm Loudonville, because I think that's where the ball's going to end up. But Vickers got on the tee, toes it up, little bit deeper this time, and Hirschberger stepped in exactly the right spot. Hirschberger down the sidelines. This is trouble. Hirschberger got a gap. Makes one. And listen, if you're going to have a guy back at safety, you want big number 18, your best tackler on the team, back at safety. Vickers does a great job of pulling Hirschberger down, and Coach Hannebarger showing me why he's the coach and I'm in the booth. Not only does he keep his guy where he should be, taking the re-kick, he increases his field position by 10, 20, 25 yards. So great call by Coach Hannebarger, taking the re-kick. He saw something that I didn't see, and that's why I'm in the booth and he's on the sidelines. I would have taken that ball to the 35-yard line. Loudonville forces the re-kick. Instead of taking the ball on their 35, they now have the ball on the Mount Gilead 40, set up in their best field position of the night. Loudonville just 40 yards away from crawling back into this game.
grandparents as well as Mount Gilead. Thank you for your support for your children and the school.
Wade comes out 4 wide, running back in the sidecar with him, picks up the blitz, got a man open, it's buzzed down the sidelines. That's what we said at the top. Great job by Loudonville. We said Loudonville's receivers, if you can give Wade just enough time. I really like the matchup with Loudonville's receivers and Mount Gilead's defensive backs here. And Buzzard down the sideline gets open for a beautiful pitch and catch. Sets up Loudonville now on the drive inside the 20-yard line. But here's where the field gets compressed. It gets a little tougher to throw the ball. The safeties can walk up. But I got to believe if you can just give Wade a few seconds, his receivers can win some of these one-on-ones with Mount Gilead defensive backs. And Mount Gilead bringing the heat again. They got 5 down linemen. They're walking a third guy up, and he goes through. Nice job by number 23 for Loudonville. Get a name for 23 in Loudonville. Maybe that's 33 for Loudonville. Is that Breckhuysen? It must be 33. Breckhuysen, if he's the running back on 2 consecutive plays, doing a beautiful job picking up the blitzer and giving Wade, that time giving the running back a little bit of time to squeak through and get 2 yards. On the last play, giving Wade just enough time to complete a beautiful pass to Buzzard. That is 33. Was 33. Breckhuysen in the backfield. This time Hirschberger takes the air and snap, still finds a crease and gets ahead. Man, this kid is as tough as they come. Josiah Hirschberger drops the snap and just finds a crease and explodes through it and does a great job fighting through tackles to make it third and manageable. Josiah Hirschberger pulling a rabbit out of a hat for Loudonville and giving him a chance down here close to the goal line. Mount Gilead's defense is really stout, though. This time Wade keeps up the middle. Mount Gilead having none of that. And Wade loses yards. We'll see what Coach Honnebarger wants to do here. Going to get some points for his team or try and go for it. And Coach says this is 4-down territory. We're going for the touchdown. Couple receivers check in for Loudonville. Loudonville out in a 5 wide. And there's a free rusher for Mount Gilead, but Hirschberger ahead for the quick pass in the first down. Man, Hirschberger having a game. Hirschberger gets the first down, makes it 1st and goal. And Mount Gilead, sure tacklers as they are, having a hard time getting Hirschberger on the ground. 1st and goal for the Redbirds here.
Brody Martinez on the stop on the last play.
Wade in the shotgun, five wide. Wade ahead, powers ahead for about a yard on the quarterback draw.
For a short game.
Mount Gilead has been bringing the heat all night. 4 down linemen, and they've been bringing at least 1 linebacker on every play. And those guys have gotten through almost every time. They bring a linebacker, they've come through. So if they've guessed right, they've blown Loudonville's play up right away. Loudonville ball carriers are trying to make guys miss behind the line of scrimmage, and that's never a recipe for success. Wade at quarterback. Breckhuysen in the sidecar. There's that little screen pass to Hirschberger again, this time snuffed out by Mount Gilead. He might have lost a few yards on that one. He did. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 6-yard line. Loudonville now has had 8 cracks at the end zone.
Brody Martinez led the way for the Indian defense. Brings up a 3rd and goal from the 6.
3rd and goal from the 6. Redbirds trying to punch one in here. 2 wide receivers, and we have a timeout. I got to believe that's Loudonville. I think Loudonville had a personnel issue right away. They saw they want to get something switched up here because they've got 2 cracks at the end zone here. It's their 2nd of the half. 6:21 left to go in the half. Mount Gilead 14, Loudonville 0. Loudonville knocking on the door, though. Mount Gilead started the game off with a beautiful 98-yard touchdown drive. Forced a turnover on downs. Went down the field and got an interception after that. Thanks to all the people watching on screen and all your comments. Appreciate you tuning in.
Mike Sayers Farm and the Purple Indian, and for this week, the Edison Depot. Thanks for all of your community support.
See one of my favorite teachers and coaches from high school, Pat Pearl, tuning in. Mr. Pearl, I hope you caught the Shakespeare quote. Here we go. Loudonville on offense, 4 receivers. Wade rolls to his right. He's got a crease, makes a man miss. Powers ahead, just short. So we got, looks like 4th and goal from the 2. Really like the call right there. Wade on the quarterback draw, but this time sprints to his right. Really nice play call against a team that's been blitzing up the middle all night. Get Wade around the corner. Here we go. 4th down. Loudonville trying to claw their way back into this thing. 4th and goal from the 2. Let's see what Coach Honnebarger draws up here. And we've got a little swinging gate action. Here we go. A little trickeration from Coach Honnebarger. And timeout, Mount Gilead. Wise timeout.
Their second charge timeout of the half.
By Mount Gilead's head coach, Mike Reed. Very wise timeout. You got 3 of them. There's only 5 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the half. The first one is, I always figure on timeouts, you've got 3 of them. And the first one is like playing with house money, right? You can waste the first one on anything. So anytime you get yourself in a situation like that, best thing to do is call a timeout, regroup, talk about what you just saw, and listen, Loudonville had that play schemed up. So now, does Loudonville crumple that thing up and throw it in a trash can, or do they try and come out and run it again? Either way, if you're Mount Gilead taking that time out, you're now prepared for it. So here we go, back to the action. 2-yard line. 4th and goal. This time Loudonville, a more traditional set. 3 wide receivers to the right. Running back in the sidecar. 1 side receiver to the left. That's Josiah Hirschberger on the left. They got him one-on-one. Tosses up for Hirschberger. Oh, that's got to be interference, and it is. Yep, that's exactly what you want. Coach Honnebarger called exactly what the play I would have called. 3 wide receivers to the right. Keep a running back in a sidecar to help block. Get Hirschberger in a one-on-one, and he creates a pass interference situation and gives Loudonville a 1st and goal. No automatic first down. That's right. Thank you, Rich. No automatic first down in high school on a pass interference. So if you're a defensive back and that's in that position, absolutely, you want to interfere. What's it hurt? It's not a first down. They just get 1 more down from a half-yard closer. And Loudonville now elects to call timeout. You can really feel how important this drive is to Coach Honnebarger. He wants to score right here. We'll keep it right here, folks, for this timeout. So right now you saw the swinging gate play, and Mount Gilead Coach Mike Reed wisely calls timeout, gets prepared for that. Loudonville comes out, 3 wide receivers to the right, gets Hirschberger in a one-on-one, which is exactly what they want. As soon as Wade saw Hirschberger in that one-on-one with man coverage, he took the snap, immediately rolled to his left, and threw it up for Hirschberger, who was able to draw a pass interference. Move the ball a half-yard closer, so it is 4th and goal from the half-yard line. See what Loudonville draws up this time.
Please reset the scoreboard to 1 timeout for Mount Gilead.
And both teams are down to 1 timeout now. Loudonville here with, Loudonville out of timeout. Thanks, Rich. Loudonville 2 back set here. Wade takes a snap, fakes the give, rolls to his left. He's got green grass in front of him, but they close fast. Wade to the pylon. And Mount Gilead gets a stop, man. I thought I saw Wade reach that ball up the pylon. It looked like he knocked the pylon over with the football from here, but the referee, much closer, calls him short of the goal line. Oh, so close for the Redbirds. Mount Gilead, a beautiful goal line stand here, but man, that ball has got to be, I mean, if it breaks the plane, if it breaks the edge of the plane, it's a touchdown. Feel so bad for the Redbirds there. They're so close, but now if you're the defense, you saw Mount Gilead go on a 98-yard drive. You've got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. And they jump again. Offsides in Loudonville gives Mount Gilead breathing room, and that has got to drive the old ball coach about up a wall.
Stay tuned for halftime.
5 minutes, 29 seconds left to go here in the first half. Mount Gilead on a beautiful goal line stand. Really well done. Now Loudonville on defense. They give up a 5-yard penalty to start. And Mount Gilead runs ahead for about 3 more, makes it very second manageable here. Oh, yeah, that looks like they got 3. They actually got 4 on that. Makes it 2nd and 1. Vickers rotates out here. If I'm on defense, I'm finding Koorsen Barnum. I'm going to try and key on him. And the give up the middle for plenty of yards for a first down is Koorsen Barnum. Yeah, the Loudonville linebacker just kind of went to his right a little bit, and that was enough for it to get sealed off by the Mount Gilead offensive linemen, just blocking upfield, climbing to those linebackers. They're so good at that. They're so good at chipping the first guy and climbing the linebacker and getting him blocked. Now a handoff again to Barnum up the middle. Oh, this is trouble. No, that's Vickers. He's loose. One guy to beat, Josiah Stewart. Unbelievable. Great run by Cam Vickers. But folks, Cam Vickers goes 6'1", 200 pounds. Josiah Stewart goes 5'8", 158, and Stewart makes a beautiful one-on-one tackle downfield. Makes it 1st and 10, Mount Gilead from the 50-yard line. We saw one 98-yard drive from Mount Gilead. Now we're about to see a 99.5-yard drive from the 49. Loudonville tackler had an opportunity to line of scrimmage, and Vickers runs through that arm tackle ahead for 5 more.
2nd down, 5.
I said Vickers would eclipse 1,000 yards in this game. He might get enough yardage to have already eclipsed 1,000 yards. Yep, Cam Vickers now he came into this game with 877. In the first half, Cam Vickers has 104 yards. That puts him at...
that'd be 981.
981, thank you, Rich. I was told there'd be no math. Bo Sayers wide open. Oh, no! I thought it was Bo Sayers. That's Koorsen Trainer down the sidelines for the touchdown. And Mount Gilead, if they can find a passing attack, oh, brother, it's going to be a long night for you, because we all know how well they run the football. Bring on the light show. Play the music. Mount Gilead in the end zone. 3 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the first half. Mount Gilead going for 2 here. Why not? Big Cam Vickers comes back in the game. I thought they were looking Bo Sayers there deep, but they snuck Trainer across the middle. He is wide open and walks into the end zone untouched. Vickers up the middle, and the 2-point conversion is good. Makes it Mount Gilead 22, Loudonville 0. Stick with us, folks. When we come back, Loudonville receives.
21, Loudonville 0.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Are we back? We're back. I didn't know it was live. It's live TV. That's a Redbird on the far sideline, not a Cardinal. Cam Vickers getting ready to tee it up. Josiah Stewart had a beautiful kickoff return last time. I got to believe they're kicking to the right side of the field this time. Kick it away from Stewart. Hirschberger, I mean. And they kick it short. Yes, that's what I would do too. Kick it away from Hirschberger. Number 21, freshman Colin Cayley on the return. Talk about Loudonville's freshmen.
Number 11.
0 Chase Wright's a freshman. Number 1 Nick Buzzard's a freshman. Number 21 Colin Cayley's a freshman. Those are 3 of your 5 skill players on the offensive side of the ball, and they go both ways for Loudonville. Loudonville takes the ball over at the 39-yard line. Loudonville in the 5 wide here. Wade all by himself in the backfield. This time doesn't look like Mount Gilead's bringing extra heat this time. Just bring him 4 this time. Now they drop a one guy back. Kind of a zone scheme there. Nice creative play call there by Mount Gilead's defense. You see a lineman actually drop back into coverage, number 66 for Mount Gilead. Brody Martinez, big fella, doesn't get in coverage very often. He was hoping the ball was going to come his way, but they only brought 3 that time. Mount Gilead looks like they're content here to take their foot off the gas, put a little bit on defense. Playing more of a coverage scheme now. Again, dropping that lineman back into coverage and getting home with 3. Oh my gosh. If you are Mount Gilead and you can get home with 3, it's gonna be tough sledding for Loudonville's offense the rest of the way out. I don't see why Mount Gilead would change anything at this point. To start the game, they kind of did what I thought they'd do. They had 4 down linemen, and they bring one extra linebacker, maybe 2 extra linebackers some plays. This time they've just got 4 down linemen, and you'll see Martinez actually drop back into coverage. Watch big number 66 backpedal here. There he goes into coverage. Wade on the quarterback draw. Gets ahead for a few yards, makes it 4th down, and Mount Gilead wisely calls timeout.
Timeout.
Because no doubt Loudonville was going to let all the time run off the clock there before they punted it. So with 2 minutes, 17 seconds left, Mount Gilead calls their final timeout of the half. So refreshing to see coaches actually use their timeouts. So many times you watch at the end of a half or at the end of a game, teams are going into halftime or into the locker room with timeouts in their pocket. Kimberly Hobbs says, "Go Indians." Thanks for tuning in live and free on OH Report.
Pat Pearl seems to really enjoy your commentary tonight, Zach.
Oh, thank you, Rich. Good hearing from you, Coach Pearl. Carolyn Curtis says, "Let's go Indians." And Hirschberger back to punt. Ooh, almost goes over his head. Hirschberger gets away. A nice punt. Fielded by number 4, Koorsen Trainer. He's down the sidelines. And
Hirschberger's punt returned about 30 yards by number 4, Koorsen Trainer.
Koorsen Trainer on a 30-yard punt return, and Mount Gilead is setting up camp at the 40-yard line. And Mount Gilead has found a passing attack. No timeouts here for either team. So Mount Gilead has run the ball almost at will. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in the half. If I'm Mount Gilead, I don't think I'd abandon the run. I have 3 plays. If I'm Mount Gilead, I give my quarterback 3 plays. He can call whatever 3 plays he wants in the huddle. Don't even waste time with getting a play in and out. Run the ball, huddle back up, and let him call one of 3 plays. Single back set. Trainer on the give to Big Cam Vickers, and he powers ahead for a couple yards, dragging tacklers with him.
Vickers pushes through for a gain of 1.
Number 20, Drew Robinson, on the first man there.
Down 9.
And he's helped by a couple other Redbirds.
Number 20, Robinson, and number 3, Wade on the stop.
Dylan Wade on the assist on that tackle. Clock running, minute 41. 2nd and 9 here. 5 defensive linemen for Loudonville. Staying on their feet this time. Fricky rolls out and finds a wide open Bo Sayers, who makes a man miss and gets the ball to the 19-yard line. Bo Sayers with a nice catch. Fricky does a really good job when they roll him out and they sneak a a tight end or a slot receiver out to that side. Referee winds the clock, minute 25, but Mount Gilead with plenty of time here to score. The way their offense has been running tonight. Fricky rolls to his left. Chucks it up for, we got a touchdown. Number 13. Wyatt Long, number 13. 6'2", 108-pound sophomore with the touchdown reception, and that makes it Mount Gilead 28, Loudonville 0. Mount Gilead going for 2 here with a minute 10 left to go in the first half. And Mount Gilead ahead. Cam Vickers walks into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. And we're going to keep it here. No going anywhere before halftime. Minute 10 left before half. Mount Gilead having their way with the Redbirds tonight. And as Adam Thompson points out to me, the Thompson, Steury, Truax curse of running clock is about to strike again. And really tonight what you see is a Mount Gilead team that is just more physically developed right now than a Loudonville team and executing their offense perfectly while playing very stout defense. You know, there's steps you need to take as a program. You need to, Loudonville's looking down the barrel in an 0 for season, and there's a step to take to get to that 4 or 5 win season. That's in the weight room. It starts in the weight room. To develop short kick, immediately covered. Nice job coverage on that. Get a number on that player. 22 for Loudonville. Dakota Wright. Nice job by Dakota Wright covering that ball. Gives Loudonville good field position. With a minute left, we just lost the scoreboard, though. So we got a minute left. Scoreboard turned off. Luckily, we have our 89 homes and building scoreboard still running, but I'm not sure we'll have no clock on it.
Yeah, we were at 101 left. Now they're showing 107.
No, we had 111 left.
Okay.
111 left. We're at 107. Halftime. When halftime comes up, please stick around. You'll see 2 of the best small school bands in the area, Loudonville and Mount Gilead, and then we'll go into our Morrow County Job and Family Services halftime show. Wade takes a snap, rolls to his right. Short pass to Hirschberger, who gets out of bounds right away.
Flag on the play.
Hirschberger, but there are flags down on the play.
Flag on the play. That's a hold on Loudonville.
Holding on the offense. A 10-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Penalties have absolutely killed Loudonville tonight. 2 defensive offsides penalties. One gave Mount Gilead a first down. The other got them 5 yards away from the end zone and led to a 95-yard touchdown drive. Technically a 99-yard touchdown drive because that does count. That was a nice 8-yard gain, but the holding call moves it back to first and forever, and Loudonville just would be wise here just to try to get to halftime. 55 seconds left. Wade is sacked. And Loudonville moving in the wrong direction after a nice positive play on first down. 52 seconds left, 39 seconds. The scoreboard kind of coming and going a little bit here. Must be a reception problem. But the clock is running. It's just not showing on the scoreboard. There it goes. We're at 29. We're probably about 20 seconds, 24. So Loudonville will have to probably run one more play here before we get to halftime. Loudonville kicks off to start the second half. The jet sweep to Cayley. Cayley gets the edge, got to stay in bounds, and he does. And that'll bring your first half to an end.
Stopping the play by number 32, Koorsen Bottom.
And there's 000s on the clock. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, you'll be able to watch, like I said, two of the best bands in the KMAC. Loudonville Redbird Marching Band, their first take the field. Then you'll get the hometown Mount Gilead Indian Marching Band. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Home and kitchen supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more. Every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant.
halftime with the Mount Gilead Marching Band. Under the direction of Ross Runyon and Assistant Director Abby Stepp, along with color guard coaches Rosemary Kirkpatrick and Brooklyn Thorpe. Tonight, the band presents a show entitled All About the 80s. Let's take a trip back to 1986, grab the remote and turn on MTV to find one of the biggest hair bands of the 80s, the one and only Bon Jovi. The music video for their totally rad new hit song is playing, so let's jam along to You Give Love a Bad Name. Grabs their boombox and cranks the volume to their favorite song by Wham! It's time to dance along to Wake Me Up Before You Go Go! To close, the band will join Marty McFly and Doc Brown as they hop in the DeLorean and join their favorite from Back to the Future. Here comes Huey Lewis in the News, Smash It, Power of Love.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, but you know we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you got, you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it.
Welcome back, football fans, to Mount Gilead, Ohio, where the Mount Gilead Indians have built a commanding halftime lead, 30-0, over the visiting Loudonville Redbirds. And this is our Morrow County Job and Family Services halftime show. Let's take a look at the halftime stats. First down, Mount Gilead 8, Loudonville 1. Rush yards, Loudonville -1, Mount Gilead 184. Pass yards 91-76. Total yards 275-75. Mount Gilead just putting on a clinic. Those 5 penalties for Loudonville, very costly. 2 penalties for Mount Gilead, just a total of 6 yards. The one was a very smart penalty by the defensive back in the end zone, interfering with Hirschberger. But that only gave Loudonville a half yard to advance the ball. No automatic first downs in high school on pass interferences. And on the ensuing play, Mount Gilead gets the goal line stand to keep Loudonville out of the end zone before they go on a 99-yard touchdown drive. So let's see. Mount Gilead right now has tripled their typical points per game. And let's just see a montage of scoring drives here. Cole Fricky leads us off with a quarterback keep around the right side. Follow the big boy, 18, Cam Vickers in the end zone. That made it 6-0, and Mount Gilead would not get the 2-point conversion, but then big Cam Vickers plows ahead for Mount Gilead's second score of the night. The 2-point conversion after that would be good. Mount Gilead goes up 14-0. And there is where Wade is turned away at the goal line. Man, that was so close, but great job by Mount Gilead flying to the football and tackling with their feet. Here's the forward pass for Mount Gilead. Wide open, Koorsen Trainer down the sidelines. And he's in for a touchdown. That made it, the PAT after that would be good, made it 22-0. And here another pass, this time Ricky rolls to his right. Don't ever throw it late across the middle, but he does. And he gets the touchdown to number 13 for Wyatt Long for Mount Gilead. Gets that last touchdown. Again, Mount Gilead will get the 2-point conversion, and that put us at 30-0. Loudonville won the toss and took the ball in the first half, so they will kick off to start this second half. Oh, and right now back there's a shot at the 2024 Unstoppables football camp. And like I said, really great program here at Mount Gilead, where they made they had a football camp for children and adults with special needs. We talked about it a little bit at the top, how these programs are growing in popularity and in locations, and the Mount Gilead community would love to give a huge shout out to Field Source Sports Field Consulting, Morrow County Health Department, and the End Zone for sponsoring the event. That was the Unstoppables football camp held over the summer by Mount Gilead High School. It was a free camp to any child or young adult with a disability. The event was made possible by the Unstoppables Youth Sports. The Unstoppable Youth Sports League provides opportunities for children with special needs to participate in sports with their typical peers. Tonight, your Be Like Joe experience winner was Aiden Skelly, and Aiden was able to lead the Mount Gilead Indian football team out on the field tonight. So, what a special night for Aiden, and a really great night for Mount Gilead as a whole. Really cool event at the beginning of the game. They did a 50-yard fun run. Kindergartners from Mount Gilead lined up on the far sideline, did a 50-yard fun run across to the other sideline. So that was a really cool event to really get the community involved. And I mentioned this is one of my favorite stadiums to come to and watch a game as far as small school football goes. When it comes to facilities and atmosphere, not many schools do it as well as Mount Gilead. So hats off to them. When the home team scores a touchdown, they got the light show, they got the music. It's really, really, if you get a chance to come down to an Indians football game, I highly suggest you do that. Here we go. Start the second half. Loudonville's got on the tee, kicking off to Mount Gilead. And we have a running clock. There's your kickoff. Short, and it is covered well by, it was kind of an onside kick line drive. They tried to line drive it at an up man. It ricocheted off him and quickly covered up by number 23 for Mount Gilead. Caden St. Clair does a great job giving Mount Gilead great field position. And as we talked, the Thompson Steury Truax curse continues tonight. Another running clock. Third quarter. Fricky under center. Handoff up the middle. And that looks like Barnum, maybe? Barreling ahead for 10 yards on first down. We'll get a number here. Yeah. Keaton Ayers on the carry, number 16. So looks like Mount Gilead's working some younger guys into the lineup and in the starting offense. That's 18 again for Mount Gilead.
Number 18, Cam Vickers.
Now that's Cam. Now back to Vickers. Got to let the big boy go over 1,000 yards for the night. What did we say, Rich? What did we say Vickers had to end the first half? How many yards for the season now?
He had 104 yards in that first half.
So he's real close to 1,000. He had 877 coming in. So that puts him about 880 or 980. I mean,
981.
981.
Oh, number 11.
And that's number 11, Elliott Jones, and we're seeing 10-yard runs right out of the gate for Mount Gilead. Mount Gilead not taking their foot off the gas pedal. Break the huddle. Ricky comes out under center. Barnum a lone setback. Hand off to Barnum off the right side. He drags tacklers ahead for about 6 yards, but there's a flag on the play. And that is, looks like a legal procedure on the Indians. Moves them back 5 yards. A legal shift makes it 1st and 15.
Hey, don't forget the JV.
First time, I think that's the first time Mount Gilead has moved backwards all night. I think that's the first negative play. 2 backs now behind Fricky, under center. 1 wide receiver to the right, tight end to the left. Handoff, that time snuffed out by Loudonville. Looks like Number 11 again for the Indians. Elliott Jones ahead just for a couple yards. Loudonville snuffs that one out pretty quick, makes it 2nd and 14. Mount Gilead, not typically an offense built to run behind the sticks, but the way they've run the ball, this shouldn't be a problem picking up first down with 15 yards. Hand off to big Cam Vickers up the middle, and that's what I'm talking about. Runs behind his pads as good as anyone in the KMAC. Big 18. Ahead for about 9 yards. And that makes it 3rd and 8. Cam Vickers is 6 foot tall, but when he runs the ball, when he goes to contact, he gets those pads down to a level of about a 5 foot, what a 5'7" or 8" guy would run at. Those pads drop so low, makes him so hard to tackle.
994.
Right now, Cam Vickers at 994. And number 11 gets through the middle. Elliott Jones into the end zone. Jones ahead for a touchdown. Right up the middle on 3rd and long. And that makes it 36-0 Indians. And looks like they're going to kick the extra point this time as Barnum grabs the tee and heads out. Hadn't had much success kicking the ball yet tonight. But what a great night if you're Mount Gilead to work on some disciplines that you haven't been so great at. Try and sharpen those skills a little bit for next week and next year. Hustling a guy off the field now. Barnum steps off his approach. Snap up, and it is no good. Fielded by Loudonville in the end zone, but it's a dead ball in high school. Hey, if you're college, though, it's a great idea, but not in high school. That's just a dead ball. And we'll stay here before the kickoff. So Mount Gilead lines up to kick off here. Loudonville down 36-0. They had a decent drive after Josiah Hirschberger return. Took the ball down to about the 40. Decent drive, got it down to the half-yard line, just could not punch it in. Northmore on top of Cardington, 42-0. Centerburg on top of East Knox, 27-0.
All those KMACs are getting doubled up, zeroed up.
Yeah, there's a lot of zeros flying around the KMAC, isn't it? Lucas over North, that's last week, I think. Yeah, that's from last week. Cressy all over Western Reserve. Ball fielded by Hirschberger again. Oh, boy, he missed a crease. But he's still ahead for a nice return. Josiah Hirschberger, just a junior, so he'll be back next year. He'll be a very important weapon for Coach Ed Honnebarger.
First down, Loudonville.
1st and 10, Loudonville, about the 45-yard line. And where'd they spot that? Okay, they spot the 42. All right. Loudonville comes out to start the 3rd quarter. 5:59 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Running clock. Wade in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back in the setback. Wade on a quarterback draw the whole way and goes nowhere. 2nd and 10. And Mount Gilead has played really stout defense all year. Really highlighted last week by their very valiant effort against the league-leading and undefeated Northmore Golden Knights. They just came up a little bit short in that game, but you really saw what this team could do. Wave the snap, a handoff, a very rare handoff for the Redbirds. Up the middle, but goes nowhere, running right into the teeth of that really big, really physical defensive line. That defensive line headed up for Mount Gilead, headed up by number 51, Big Shane Carpenter. 8 sacks, 14 TFLs, 2 forced fumbles. That goes along with Cam Vickers. He had 90 tackles and 5 sacks, 18 TFLs himself coming into this game. Wade looks to get rid of the ball. I think we're going to get grounding, and we do. Yeah, Wade just has no time back there. when he's not running for his life, he's barely getting the ball off in time, and kind of an ill-advised throw right there. Sometimes you just got to understand the guy's right on top of you and just take the sack right there. But quarterback is a position that you cannot learn in a season. It is a position where you try and groom a kid from about the 7th or 8th grade, especially in a 5-wide system play quarterback. Wade has been a lineman in this program and put a quarterback. Coach Ed Hauenbarger thought he was the best, gave him the best chance to win this year at quarterback. Wade doing his best to learn a new position this year. Hirschberger with the punt, low punt. Trainer lets it roll. And it gets down on a very nice punt by Hirschberger. Down at the 39-yard line. I'm sorry, 34-yard line. That'll be 1st and 10. Mount Gilead Indians right there. And let me talk about that Mount Gilead offensive line again. Right tackle, Riley Caldwell, 6'4", 250. Right guard, Cody Meemer, 6'2", 265. The center, Miguel Martinez, 6 foot, 250. The left guard, Keegan Petrie, 6'4", 290. And the left tackle, Gabe Shipman, 5'11", 240. This has been their game. You see the holes getting blown open, and there's big Cam Vickers ahead. That'll take him over 1,000 yards for the year. He's ahead for 5 yards on 1st down. And you just see the O-line blowing the holes open, and the guards hitting their guy and climbing up to the linebackers, getting the linebackers sealed off, and giving Vickers and Barnum and Jones beautiful lanes to run through. Full backfield again. This time give to Vickers again. He's ahead once more for about 10 yards for Mount Gilead 1st down. 2:17 left to go in the 3rd quarter, running clock. Mount Gilead more than content to take as much time as they need between plays. I don't see a play clock here. Mount Gilead not in any hurry. Full house backfield again. Give to Vickers again up the middle. Lowers his shoulder, gets 5 more yards. Wade with a tackle. Makes it 2nd and about 4 yards.
Number 3, Wade to stop for Loudonville.
Fricky with the play now, takes it in the huddle.
In a possible foreshadowing of next Friday, the middle school football team led the way this past week.
Full house backfield for Fricky.
26-6.
Handoff to Jones up the middle. Jones pulling guys ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Cam Vickers. Vickers adding to his total. I don't think there's any question who the play of the game is going to be. Cam Vickers. Without a doubt, it's Rich Steury is the man of the game, the man with the stats, the hardest job in the booth, Rich Steury. But Cam Vickers, look forward to talking to him and letting him know he went over 1,000 yards tonight, and got to imagine he went over 100 tackles too. Full house backfield for Mount Gilead. Hand off to number 4, Trainer.
Lunges forward for a gain of about 3.
And he gets 3 yards on that carry. Trainer had a nice night, nice touchdown reception, and some nice runs tonight. Fricky with the call. About 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Full house backfield again. 2nd down and 5. Hand off to Vickers, and he is tackled by Wade. Number 20, Drew Robinson on the tackle as well. And that brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Mount Gilead 36, Loudonville 0. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the 4th quarter. Stick with us.
Avita Home Health and Hospice is locally owned, locally managed. All of our staff, our board, everybody are members of the local community. Our medical director is a member of our local community and has practiced in Bucyrus for over the last 10 years. When you call in, you're getting a local person. The nurses that you talk to all live, work, and recreate in your community. I mean, I've been doing this for 16 years and I've taken care of 3 generations of some families. We're the hometown people.
They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up.
Welcome back, football fans. Mount Gilead is on the drive. Full house backfield again. Give to the middle back. That looks like Vickers up the middle. He plows ahead for a couple. Makes it 3rd and short. Oh, I'm sorry, Koorsen Barnum on the run there. My apologies. Wyatt Long now looks like run the plays in at quarterback.
Number 13, Wyatt Long, in now to Mount Gilead at quarterback.
Full house backfield. And Long pushes ahead for a little tush push, first down. Makes it 1st and 10, Mount Gilead on the drive. And looks like Long is staying in at quarterback. Tyler Harr brings the play in. Jones and Vickers on the sideline now, getting some younger guys the younger guys reps tonight. That looks like Barnum up the middle. Barnum's been a weapon for them all year, though. He's been Barnum has been a little bit of the Robin to Cam Vickers Batman all year long. Cam Vickers, coming into this game, had 877 yards and 5 touchdowns. Barnum has 459 and 2 touchdowns. So a really effective 1-2 punch for the Mount Gilead Indians this year. Mount Gilead about to get off the conference schneid tonight, getting their first conference win. Full house backfield for Long. I'm sorry, that's
Tyler Hart, counter up to the left.
yeah, Wyatt Long at quarterback.
Small gain, 3rd down 3.
3rd and 3 for the Mount Gilead Indians. 9:45 left to go in the game. Clock a little herky-jerky, probably a little bit of a reception problem going on tonight. Those clocks run on those new clocks run on an antenna. They're not hardwired in, so sometimes you can see that's why you see the clock kind of jumping, because it's not connecting all the time to the hardware in the booth. Barnum ahead for a touchdown, for a first down. Touchdown probably ensuing. Got a 1st and 10 now from the 20-yard line. 9 minutes to go, up 36-0 over the visiting Loudonville Redbirds. Two-back set, tight end to the right, wide receiver to the left. Handoff to the back, second back through the hole, and it's stuffed short. It's stuffed quickly. Number 0, Chase Wright on the tackle. Chase Wright, 6'4", 175-pound freshman. Probably the quarterback of the future at Loudonville. He's gotten some reps at quarterback this year. If they can get him to fill out a little bit on that 6'4" frame, he could be trouble for some teams, but they've got to get him some blocking too. Full house backfield now. Long on the keep, gets the corner, looking the pylon, and walks into the end zone. Beautifully designed play by Mount Gilead there. They've been running the ball at you up the middle all game, and then they fake the run, and Long pulls it and just scoots around the edge for another 6 points for Mount Gilead. Makes it 42-0, and Barnum on for the PAT again. Let's see if we can get one here. Haven't had much success with it, hitting it clean. Barnum eyes the uprights, calls for the ball. There's the snap, the hold, the kick. It's up, and it is good this time. Barnum getting a PAT for the night. There's the light show at Mount Gilead. Bring on the music. Mount Gilead 42. I'm sorry, 43. Loudonville nothing. Mount Gilead set to kick the ball off. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Gummy bears being thrown around the booth. The wheels are falling off everywhere. This is our ninth game this year as a crew. 9 times. 9 times. I'm sorry, 8 times. 8 times. 8 times we have had a running clock. 8 games as a crew. And our final as a crew this year. Our final as a crew this year. This is the Truax Steury final regular season. This is our swan song. Short kick by Vickers. Fielded by the big boy. Got to get a number on him. That's an offensive lineman's dream right there. Finally get the field one. That's right. Don't down it, run it. You don't ever touch the ball. Don't down it, run it. Good for him. 55, Jacob Baker. That's what I do. Hey, if I'm an offensive or defensive lineman, if I'm wearing 50 anything and I get to touch the ball, there is no way I'm taking a knee. Now, the coach may tell me to take a knee. I may have been coached to take a knee. Sorry, coach, I don't touch the ball. I'm running it. I don't blame him. Good for him. Sets up Loudonville. 1st and 10 from around the 40-yard line after the 5'10", 225-pound Jacob Baker took it ahead on a kickoff return.
Give a shout out to Josh Banks. He's one of our OH Report guys. He's watching our game right now.
Thanks to Josh Banks, one of our OH Report guys, for tuning in. Appreciate the hundreds of people tuning in at home, getting treated to a clinic, a running clinic by the Mount Gilead Indians. Pull you into the phone booth and beat the tar out of you. 5 wide for the Redbirds here. Dylan Wade at quarterback. Takes the snap. Completes the pass. That's Buzzard. Gets the first down. Nick Buzzard down the sideline. There's a bright spot. And, that looked like a little late. And Chase Wright. Now, Chase Wright in at quarterback. We talked about Wright a little bit. The freshman quarterback gets completion, but Loudonville getting called for holding on a 10-yard gain, moving it back again. It's got to be so frustrating. So makes it 1st and about 15, so the holding penalty is about 5 yards downfield. Must have been on a wide receiver, but the big 6'4" freshman at quarterback now. 5 wide. Calls to the ball. Motion. Little jet sweep action to number 21, another freshman, Colin Cayley. So some youth being served here late in the 4th quarter for the Redbirds.
We have a 50-50 winner. All proceeds go once again.
But you can see Chase Wright he looks the part as a quarterback, doesn't he? Freshman, 6'4", 175. 5 wide here. Wright looks over. Calls to the ball. Rolls to his right. Got some room. Puts one up. And guess, is that Hirschberger? 21, Colin Cayley. Freshman to freshman hook up there for a gain of about 20 yards. So Loudonville finding something here in the 4th quarter with Wright at quarterback. 5 wide again.
You have a $202. That's your half.
Mount Gilead only bringing, it looks like, 3 defenders. Yep, 4 linemen come. And that time, the quick pass is snuffed out right away. Nick Buzzard, another freshman on the reception, makes it 2nd and 11.
50-50 ticket, 0-4.
Clock still running, 4 minutes, 28 seconds left. Loudonville trying to get on the board here. Mount Gilead's got some younger guys in the defensive backfield and on the D-line.
We'll wait one more play.
5 wide. Right at quarterback. 2nd and 11, calls to the ball. Straight drop back. Little errant to the right, but everyone pretty well covered. Mount Gilead just kind of playing a blanket zone defense. 4 down linemen. It's only 4 guys rushing the quarterback. Everyone else dropping back into pass protection. 5 wide for Loudonville, right at quarterback, 3rd and 11. 3 minutes, 42 seconds left to go in the second half. There's a pass over the middle and miscommunication there, but we've got a penalty flag. That's got to be holding on the defense. Oh, pass interference. That's a 15-yard penalty. That will result in a Janney Financial first down. Stay with us at the end of the game, and we'll bring up the Morrow County Hospital player of the game at the end. I'm telling you right now, it's Cam Vickers. Number 18, spoiler alert, Cam Vickers. So if you want to hear from Mr. Vickers at the end of the game, stick with us. We'll go over some end-of-game stats, and then we'll get a chance to talk to Cam Vickers, get his reaction on going over 1,000 yards for the year and over 100 tackles for the year. 5 wide, Chase Wright quarterback for Loudonville. Kaylee in motion. Jet sweep to Kaylee. Breaks one tackle, gets the edge. Kaylee ahead for a first down. And Kaylee out of bounds. Well, you can just see flashes, can't you? Loudonville's, I know Mount Gilead's got their young guys on, but these are freshmen for Loudonville playing here. And you can start to see flashes of what Coach Hannebarger, what he can build. He's got to develop, like I talked about. I hate to beat it in the ground here, but he really has to develop that offensive and defensive line to get it to look like something like Mount Gilead has, where you've got big, solid, physical defensive and offensive linemen who kind of play with a dark heart and a mean streak. And then you've got some skill players behind them that can make some things happen. Chase Wright at quarterback, minute 55 left. The freshman takes a snap, 5 wide, drops straight back, and is right on top of him. 2 Mount Gilead defenders. And Wright is sacked. Boy, he didn't have any time. Yeah, Mount Gilead brought 2 guys from the edges unblocked. So Loudonville with a timeout. Minute 33 left to go in the game. Just trying to put one on the board here for the sake of pride.
We have a winner for the 50-50. The winner is Kim Neal.
Happy 50-50 winner here in front of us. Happy 50-50 winner. And coming out of timeout, we'll see if Loudonville can put one on the board here as we enjoy the sights and sounds of the greatest tradition in the United States, Friday night high school football. The best tradition. 5 wide for Wright. Takes a snap, rolls to his right, 3 guys on him right away, dumps it off, does his best. The best thing he can do there. Get rid of the ball, live to fight another down. That'll bring up 3rd in the game, basically. Minute 17 left. Clock should be running. I think that's just a connection. That's just another connection issue here on the scoreboard. I didn't see a timeout get called. The referee's now signaling for the clock to run. It probably is running. You're just not seeing it run. On the scoreboard, we have some, there it is. We have some scoreboard connection issues tonight. So down about 50 seconds left. 3rd down. Loudonville desperately trying to get something on the board here. Right takes the snap. Caley in motion. Right rolls to his right. He's got a corner down the sideline and ushered out of bounds. Will bring up 4th down and probably the last play of the game for Loudonville, or last play of the game no matter what, as the 89 Homes scoreboard clock is around 20 seconds and Loudonville calls their last time out of the game. We have 4th in the game for Loudonville here. 4th and 7, but it's going to be the last play no matter what. I can't imagine anyone's going to get another playoff after this one. 21 seconds to go. Really appreciate all the people at home watching and commenting. Marsha Augustine Winger says, "Go Indians, good luck tonight." Brandy Salisbury Brannon, "Go Purple, so proud, keep the momentum going." Thank you, Kaylee Curtis, for watching at home. Hey, there's Pat Pearl for watching from Loudonville, Ohio. Longtime Loudonville football coach, wrestling coach, and educator. Nicole Sayers watching with Mitchell Sayers from Kansas. Hey, we have people from Kansas, we have people from Florida, and people from North Carolina watching tonight. Of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to all the folks in North Carolina and Florida affected by the hurricanes. Back to the action here. Chase Wright takes the snap. Last play of the game. Checks to the end zone. And miscommunication. Ball falls incomplete. Mount Gilead takes over on downs. And I imagine they'll just let the clock run out. They don't really have to run a play. It's a running clock, so Adam Thompson is telling me they have to. You know, AT, you would think after 8 games I would be an expert. Oh, no, I was right, AT. Look, it's a running clock. You don't change the possession. Running clock. Line them up on the 50-yard line. Mount Gilead gets their first conference win of the year in a very convincing 43-0 drubbing of the visiting Loudonville Redbirds. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Janney Financial post-game stats on our Morrow County Job and Family Services post-game show, and we'll get to talk to Cam Vickers, our player of the game. Stick with us, folks. We'll be right back.
Avita Home Health and Hospice, our caring professionals are ready to serve you with personally tailored services designed to meet the unique needs of each individual. When we take on a patient at Avita Home Health and Hospice, they really do feel like family. So when we take care of our family, we want to take care of the whole person. So we take care of them from our nurses, our aides, our physical, occupational, and speech therapists, but we also have people that tend to their hearts. So we have social workers, we have chaplains, and people that can help with the emotional side of their care.
At Avita Home Health and Hospice, we have a dedicated team that takes care of you. Caring for the whole person is our promise to you. From social and emotional well-being to the way the patient relates to their loved ones, we treat your family like our family.
Serving patients and their families wherever they call home, including assisted living facilities and nursing homes. Call 1-800-4NURSES to see if Avita can help administer your plan of custom care.
Home and Kitchen Supply, we're building our future with you.
Contractors and do-it-yourselfers, this is Jeff Flowers from Home and Kitchen Supply, here to remind you that we are your best source for kitchens, baths, windows, doors, floors, and more. Quality products, friendly service, great prices. You owe it to yourself to give us a try. You will be glad you did. That's Home and Kitchen Supply, 163 North Diamond Street, downtown Mansfield. We're building our future with you.
up new hobbies such as cooking is another manly way to avoid depression and reduce stress. Today, I'm going to teach you how to make my world-famous guaco mahogany. First, mash up 5 or 6 of these green things. Then add hot sauce, this lettuce stuff, these red things, salt, some of this stuff, and limes, and finally, bacon to taste. Delicious.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Let's go. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. They been sleeping on me, think it's time to wake 'em up. You've been playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. Playing it safe, now it's time to shake it up. So it's time to make a change. Yeah, it's time to break the chains. Yeah, it's time to bring the pain. Let them know, tell them we are not the same. I'm the one that got the flames. With my team, as you know, we come to slay. Let them know that we didn't come to play. Nah, we came to win. I'm ready for anything that they can bring. Bring it on, let me do my thing. I'm a giant, they can move the king. If you never risk it, then you never know. If it's holding you back, you gotta let it go. You gotta give it all you gotta let them know. You are on another level, you are ruthless. Switch it up, it's the new flex. Ruthless, ruthless. Time to go hard and put your game face on. Ruthless, ruthless. This is the moment movies get
Welcome back to Mount Gilead, Ohio. I'm with your player of the game, your Morrow County Hospital player of the game, number 18, Cam Vickers. My man Vickers here, 20 carries, 148 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 conversions. Tonight for the season in game number 9, you go over 1,000 yards for the year, okay, and get over 100 tackles for the year.
Yes, sir.
So what went into this year to get yourself ready and prepare yourself to turn in such a great season?
Honestly, it's just trusting my guys, doing my job. I know the O-line's going to get the holes opened up. My backs are going to carry out their fakes. QB's got his footwork down, get me the ball where I need it, and I just run forward.
Nice. I like that. Now, what's it like? You line up behind that big offensive line. I looked at you. They average about 6'1", about 260 pounds. And not only that, they can get to that second level and block that linebacker up. So they give you a crease. And what's that? When you see that crease open up, what's that feel like to see that open grass in front of you?
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it.
Love it.
There's no better feeling. I just hit it hard.
That's right. And when you get through there, you're probably 6'1", but you run with great pad level, and you run the contact. And when you see that contact coming, you're 6'1", but you go to a pad level guy of about 5'8". So tell me a little bit about what's your mindset, what's your attitude when you run the ball at that kind of pad level?
At the start of the year, like I said, my pad level was a little higher. Coach gave me a little bit of crap for it, so I had to prove him wrong. And I love contact, so just proving it wrong and running people over is a fun time.
And you were dishing out contact all night on both sides of the ball. I want to talk to you about the goal line stand down here too.
All right.
You guys have a nice lead, right? Loudonville gets the ball to the 1 yard line. Sometimes some guys like, whatever. They score. We're still up by 3 touchdowns. You guys make a great play in the corner of the end zone to keep the quarterback out. What was being said right before the ball was snapped in that defensive huddle?
I'm just asking my guys, how bad do they want it? Do they want to keep the shutout, or are they okay with giving it up? And clearly they wanted the shutout. Shane Carpenter got to the outside, kept him, and I was able to push him out of bounds, and all credit to Shane.
Kept the goose egg on the board, and then you go 99 yards for a touchdown. And I love the discipline on the offensive side of the ball, because you guys come out, and the ball was at the goal line.
Yeah.
Right? I couldn't believe you didn't make it in. The ball was at the goal line. And the discipline it takes to come out and give Loudonville that hard count, get them to jump, and give yourself a little bit of breathing room. Now, there's another question. What's said in the huddle when that call comes in? Is that a coach? Is that a call from the sidelines, or is that something Fricky's saying in the huddle? We're going hard count right here.
Both. Sometimes if we think like Fricky, he's smart. He knows. Well, they're greedy. They're going to want it, so we can go hard count. But sometimes coach calls it too. So I think that one was called by coach, but it works. So. And
you guys hold your water, you get to 5 yards, and it feels like the best play in football sometimes, and the free 5 yards.
Makes it real easy.
Now, you've got plans after high school. Tell me a little about your plans after high school. You're a senior.
College is up in the air, but right now I plan on pursuing my career in welding.
Nice. Going in the trades. Good for you, man. Good for you. Now, to end the interview, I want you to look in the camera, give a shout-out to whoever you want to shout out to right now.
Shout out to Mom and Dad for supporting me, and my teammates for always doing their job and working hard to help me get success.
Hey, that's Cam Vickers, your Morrow County Hospital player of the game. My man, 20 carries, 148 yards, a touchdown, 3 conversions, and a whole boatload of tackles. Takes him over 100 tackles for the year, over 1,000 yards for the season.
Men have a way of doing things. A man has his way of eating, of exercising, of keeping his hands warm, and of straightening up. So, when a man faces a serious life problem like divorce, depression, or suicidal thoughts, shouldn't a man have a way to deal with that too? Well, now he does. I'm Dr. Rich Mahogany. Visit me at mantherapy.org.
Welcome back to OH Report, live and free from Mount Gilead, Ohio. This is Zack Truax alongside my stat man, Rich Steury. Such a great job on stats this year,
Thanks.
Rich. Really appreciate all your work.
Zach. It was fun. It was fun.
Last regular season game of the year. And some final thoughts here. Let's see the stats for the game, though. In total, Mount Gilead 11 first downs to Loudonville's 4. Look at the rush yards, 307 to 16. Passing yards, Loudonville 153 to Mount Gilead's 91, but Mount Gilead very effective, 91 yards. Used that pass to create, I think, 2 touchdowns just off the pass. Total yards, 398 to 169. Penalties, 7 to 48 for Loudonville, 4 for 26 for Mount Gilead. One of those penalties, a very, very smart pass interference call that went for a half a yard, but kept Loudonville out of the end zone. And turnovers, Loudonville did have the one interception that was costly. So my thoughts for the end of the game. First, we'll start with Loudonville. It's a bit of a reclamation project going on in Redbird country. Coach Hannebarger looking forward probably to getting into the weight room already. They have got a tall task in front of them, undefeated Northmore next week. And so Loudonville 0-9, Northmore coming into that game 9-0 and looking for one of the top spots in their region. So if you're Loudonville, really just trying to get through that last game healthy, get some guys rest, and then get them in the weight room and start working for next year. You saw flashes tonight of what Loudonville could be. The freshman quarterback, Chase Wright. They have freshman Nick Buzzard, freshman Colin Cayley, junior Josiah Hirschberger. They've got some playmakers back there. They need to develop that offensive and defensive line to give themselves some opportunities. For Mount Gilead, you saw what Mount Gilead wants to be. This was the perfect game for them. This is what they want to do to people all year long. Absolutely run it down your throat with their 3 running backs and be very, very selective in the passing game. Create just enough balance where you have to stay honest as line of scrimmage. You commit too many guys to line of scrimmage. They roll Fricky out right or left. He throws pretty well in the run, and he finds wide open receivers because you've committed so many guys to the line of scrimmage. Next week, Mount Gilead has Cardington. Cardington beat Loudonville last week 14-13. So you got to figure Mount Gilead has to feel like they've got another one. They can really go and win, end the season on a 2-game winning streak, and end the year 4-6 for them. Like I said, for Loudonville, they go from a frying pan into the fire with Northmore. So really just good luck to the Redbirds next week for trying to get through that game, trying to keep it competitive as possible. So for Adam Thompson, the man that makes everything go, Oliver, good camera work tonight. My man, Rich Steury, the man with the stats, Janney Financial. This is Zack Truax signing off. Last season regular game, the Truax-Thompson-Steury curse is in effect. 8 games, 8 running clocks. Maybe we'll see a good one in week 11 or 12 when they bring us back. Who knows? But for my crew, signing off for the regular season, thanks for watching, folks.